machine.
Hi everyone, I'm Marcie Besecker and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is Friday, yay! So happy Friday everybody and welcome. I am of course still getting used to my new time and everything. So Fridays it's like, oh yeah, I forgot it's earlier. So anyway, here we are. I'm still trying to get over this, whatever I've got going on. My poor son's got bronchitis, had the flu. He got sick right after I did. We think we both got it from little Brewer, who's just had a little bit of a cough, and that was it. So maybe it wasn't from him. But anyway, I'm starting to feel better. He actually went to the doctor yesterday, got on some meds, so he's feeling a little bit better. And anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there going through this winter cold, flu, whatever stuff. So you're welcome, Paula. Hi, everybody. Yay, catching me live, Crystal. Hello, hello. Hi, Nancy. Charm, welcome. Hi, Marva. Hi, Deb. I got this kit. I was so excited to try it because the kits have really stepped up, and the paper pumpkin too. So I really couldn't wait to try it, and I was thinking, how could I change it? So I'm going to share something that I did change on one of the cards, and we'll change it today. I'll show you what I did. But I kind of like them how they are. So we're going to do a couple little things to change it up, and I'll show you what I did. But it's super simple. Let me show you just quickly. We've got bingo on the 18th, so don't forget that. I also added registration for the paper share, and I'm going to be doing ribbon and embellishments too, which is all of the new March online exclusive items, so you could register for that now. You'll get a quarter pack of each paper pack, which is 8 of them. You'll get a half a pack of the embellishments, which there are 4 of those, and a half of the ribbon, and there's 3 of those. So don't forget that. Don't forget to use your bonus day dollars. We are able to use those now. And this was a shop and earn. Well, now we are reaping the benefits of our shopping with our bonus dollars. So don't forget to, now we get to spend them. So I guess I should have updated this flyer, but I didn't. And then we have our join special. Of course, you can get the Stampin' Positioner, which is super cool if you want to do your continued stamping, or definitely like a wreath type circle stamping. Also, it works really nice. So I know a lot of us are still getting used to it, but it's actually pretty cool. And I like how the little feet sponge down, because how many times have you put your paper in, you put your stamp in the positioner, and then it stamps, and it's not exactly, you need to kind of adjust your paper a little bit, and this one allows you to do that, which is nice. I saw this kit and I liked, but I haven't bought it yet. Oh, Mary, I think you're going to like it a lot. So let's just jump in and get started. Sorry for the stuffiness sound I've got going on, because I am still trying to get over this. Now it's more my ears and my head. Super cute. We've got these 3 different cards. You get 3 of each. I really like them how they are. There's a couple things I thought of changing. Let me move my light over here just a little bit. All right. So let me show you. I have created 3 like they're supposed to be, and that's pretty much what I'm doing with just a little bit of a difference. I like how cool the envelope is. You can add that little kindly delivered to stamp on there. So we have that. There's another one. Same envelope. And I just love this one. I love daisies. So look how cute that is. So there are the 3 cards. So what we're going to do is we're going to recreate these 2. And then I'm going to show you what I did to change them up just a little bit. So let's start with this one. And you have enough product to make all of them, and you get a couple little flowers left over. All right, so super simple. And if you look in the instructions, this is what I did is I looked at the first one because it kind of tells you what you need to pop up and what you need to put dimensionals on. And so instead of using the glue dots that come with it, I'm going to use seal, and the dimensionals I will use my own, because what I like to do is I like to eventually add these in little kits or things when I give people stuff and I give all this stuff away. So I'll just use my own product, but you have everything that you need to create your kits. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is let's stamp on this piece here. And we're going to stamp. Let me show you the stamp set. Look at all those different things. You've got some great happily ever after, thank you, and welcome baby. And then you've got these images here, which we're going to use. This is for your envelope. And here's also some sentiments that we're going to use. So super cool. So I really like that it kind of gives you a nice variety. But I'm going to go ahead and put our color where it tells you to do. And you can see on the directions, it shows you kind of where to put them. That way when you add your flowers and things, you can still see this background a little bit, just to add a little extra to the card, some little extra texture. So let's look at this. We're going to add it pretty much right here, over to the side, right about here. And I'm just kind of, guessing. It's not exact. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about where they showed you to put it. So we'll do that. All right, now it shows that we need glue dots on the back of this, and we're going to add it to our white scallop. But I'm going to actually just use my seal, save those glue dots to give to somebody. All right, and then of course, I like to put it on here so I can see. And I'm just going to lay it lightly. So what I basically do is just kind of look at the bottom and the top, see if I've got the same amount of space, and that looks good to me. Then it says, okay, we're going to set that aside. We are going to stamp our thank you. So I'm just following here. Oh, let me get this one looks a little nicer. The other one, I put glue on it and it stayed forever. It was, what did I do right here? Oh, I think it was that permanent glue. And so I got rid of it. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't get it off of there. All right, so let's do our thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, we're doing the thank you. So again, I'm just doing this. I did stamp this on here. I added the dimensionals and then I added it on already. But now we're going to go over here and we're going to stamp our thank you and our banner. Let's do our thank you. And I like to bring in my mat. So we're just going to bring this up here, just so I can kind of stamp over here and make sure I'm stamping nice and even and my ink pad is inky. There we go. I can tell where I'm. Okay, so it's inkier down here. I haven't used this one in a little bit, so we're just going to go right in the middle. All right, there we go. A nice thank you. And then we're going to put for all you do. Oh, I don't think I have that one on a block yet. So let's get that one for all you do. That's this top one. So we're using quite a bit of the stamps. Hi, Carrie from Australia. Hi, Deborah. I'm glad you made it. All right, so now for all you do. So I'm going to look at the card, and it looks like you can tell here that it's stamped over to the right side, okay, because the left side is going to be tucked in. I made a boo-boo on this one, and I did it in the middle, so I make my own flag down here, but luckily it was still long enough. So I'm going to put it to the right side, but I like to trim these little chads off here that they've got the little, you know, where they stuck onto the paper where you poke it out. I like to just take those off. So I either use my scissors or like a little file. Okay, so there we go. That looks better. Oh, I'm going to do it down here. If you don't even have to cut. You really just, if your blades are sharp, you just kind of take it along and it'll cut it fine. All right, so now this is a little thin one, so we got to be careful. All right, so we're going to get that stamped. All right. And my head's probably going to go in. For all you do. Okay, so that's done. And then the next thing it's telling us, we need the large flower center, which is this one right here. There's a large one and a small one. We're going to use this large one. And we're going to put those on the inside of our large 2 flowers. All right, so here's the large. Now, especially on this one, you don't want to squish it in because then your little circles will become full of ink and you don't want that. So make sure you just kind of tap it. Now, this is tapping because it's on my, there we go. That's better. All right, so one more time I'm going to test it. Put that right in the middle of the flower. All right, so there's our 2 flowers. And then it says take the small one, which is right here, and put it on these. So these are all going to be, we've got 1 of these and 3 of these. And it tells you exactly what you need on your directions. So right here, so we have 1 of these and then 3 of those. So right here is where you're going to look and you're going to be able to pull out every little thing that you're going to need to make that card. And it shows you on each card what you need. So, and then that's where we're going to turn back over and finish our card here. All right, so we need, and this one again pops out of that paper. And sometimes I think it just leaves a little bit too much of the little tag that holds the paper in. So I'm just going to trim those off. And then, like I said, sometimes you can just bring a nail file in and just kind of like a little emery board or whatever, and it takes it right off. All right. So on these, we're going to do our little center. Again, this is all Mossy Meadow, which is the same ink that comes in the set. So when you buy your kit, you get the small one like that. This is, oh, okay. So I can tell where my ink didn't go down. I'm going to try and just angle that little corner right there. That's good enough. So you got to make sure you get it all on there. There we go. Okay. All right, so there's those. And we're ready to assemble. All right, so the next thing it tells me to do, let's see, get our flowers off of here. The next thing is it says to pop it up on the card last, but I'm going to do it now because we're not tying anything around or any of that. So you're going to use your dimensionals they give you. I'm going to use the ones I have so I can like I said, save those for, I like to throw those in different kits and different things when I send stuff to people, because I have all of these. All right, so I'm just gonna add my regular dimensionals, but I'm gonna put a lot because I don't want the sides to cave in. It's a pretty good sized card, so I am gonna put quite a few on. And then in the middle, I'm just gonna kind of go halfway up on each. All right, and then I'm gonna look back at the picture, and it looks like it went like this for the stamping. So I'm gonna do it like that. And then just kind of get it on there. Now it says we're gonna glue our flowers down, and it says to use the white liner that's provided. I'm gonna use the seal. Let's see, does it? Yeah, this one's a seal. All right. And then I actually look at the picture. If it shows this little leaf right here up to the top right, then that's what I'm going to do. And it goes right about here is what it's showing. So we'll just do that. And then it shows the leaves, the same thing. We're going to put glue dots. So I'm just going to use my seal. I'm going to put a little on each to make sure my leaves stay. So the first one, it shows the little polka dots a little bit. And so it's going to go right about here, right about that angle. Oh, this one didn't go on. There we go. And then this one is going to go right over these dots. And the change I'm doing is going to be at the end, you'll see. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to put our sentiment on. And that is with dimensionals. This is really a cute kit. I love that there's a baby card in here. I just had a new great nephew born, yes, the 3rd. And so this will give me a card, welcome. All right, so we're going to put this right in the middle. And so it's going to go over the leaf a little bit here. And over the, oops, hello. Gotta put it straight. So it's gonna go right about here. Geez, let's do it straight. You're gonna have to put this on the straight line because the top and bottom are a little too rounded. Okay, I think that looks straight. All right, and then we're going to add more flowers, so don't worry about that. You'll see how it's going to turn out. All right, so now we have our leaf, and we need our big flower here, so we need our dimensionals. And it's going to go about like that. So let's do our dimensional in the middle. Let's see. I'm going to do one down here, one down here, and then I'm going to do, where's my mini ones? I'll pull my minis in for over here, and then this is going to be sealed. No reason for the mini, it's just that this one's going to be sealed down right here. One of them's going to go flat, or you can put a glue dot. I'm going to put it right about there. All right, we're going to glue this one down also. So notice I didn't push that one down. We're going to take this one here and seal it. So we're going to lift that, oops, right here. Put it right about there. And then we're going to take one of these small ones. They have it right on top of this flower. So we're going to put that right there. Oops. This glue, this dimensional, I put on a little too far over. We're going to move that over. We're actually going to take it off because it didn't come off very well. Put a new one on. Who has this kit? I think it's so cute. All right, this is going to go right here. So now it's kind of popped up over the leaf. We're going to put two little dimensionals on these. There. Marcie cannot center her dimensionals today. There we go. Blaming it on my stuffy head. All right. And then we're just going to put this one right here. And this one has like some longer leaves. I like to put that over here because I want to see the center of this and that. So we'll just put that there. And then this one over here, we're just going to put up here. Just remember when you're putting them on, they're all the same dimension. Nothing gets put on top of each other. It just kind of snugs in right next to it. I have a great nephew born January 23rd. Oh, okay. Now you have a 16. Ooh, we have a 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 7. I think we have 7 great nieces and nephews. All right, so there we go. Oh, I forgot something. We forgot this. Okay, so this is a seal, right? This is going to come under here. So I would prefer to cut it off a little ways because that way it's easier to tuck in. So leave it longer than shorter so that you have room. I'm going to add my seal here. Tuck it under. Oops. Fix that glue. Fix your seal. Make sure it's all behind. And it could even have gone closer to the end there. But I like to see this little design there and then have that thank you for all you do. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to add our embellishments, which are right here. They're like water droplets, kind of. And they have a large one here. And then 2 small ones. One over here. And then one up here. All right, so this is where we would normally stop. And this is how their card is. But I didn't like how the back is kind of flimsy, right? So the front is just adorable. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's so cute. It's got all, some dimension on it. It's really cute. But the inside was like, So what I did is I pulled out, now this is retiring, so I already have it in a bag, but the Impressions of Bloom and these 2 dies, the big oval ones. All right, so I pulled those out, and this card, let's see which one this is. I'm thinking, where did my card go? Well, I'm going to have to show you on the next one because I die cut the wrong thing out, but I'll show you on the one that we're not doing. So on this one, look. I added, the ovals are a lot smaller, so I stamped along the outside and then put those ovals, I layered them up. So this yellow one should have went with this one, but I put the petal pink one. I still have the petal pink one, and it could go, I guess. But, and then I just laid them in there, so it makes it a little heftier instead of just this flimsy back, because this already has these 2 layers on top, plus everything else, so it thickens it up. But this is pretty, you know, it's flimsy. So grab those dies and do those. And then you'll have a nice thicker background. All right, so this one, we're going to do Welcome Baby. Okay, same kind of idea. What we're going to do, and the thing to know, we're not making this one today, but the thing to know about this one is it's got a petal pink oval here, but then it has a white that goes on top of it. So the petal pink is just to give you, you know, it's another layer on there, but it's just to give you a little more, you know, dimension and a little color right there. But make sure you add that white one. All right, so here's our baby one. And so we are going to put this one together. So let's look at the directions and see what it tells us to do. It showed us all the product, which I pulled out already. And we'll go to this bottom one. All right, so the same thing, we're going to pull in our little splatter here. And we're going to be using our Mossy Meadow again. And this one shows, let's move that over. Let's grab this. The splatter is going to be like right here, right here, right here. And then it looks like there's 2 of them over here. Okay, so that looks about what they want. Now we'll bring in our sentiment, which is Welcome Baby, which is going to go on this here. We have Welcome Baby. Let's bring in our scratch paper and make sure it's all right. We're going to do that right in the middle. All right, there we go. And I don't think, let's see. Welcome Baby. Oh, we need our little banner, this little banner here. And we're stamping Sweet Little One. Sweet Little One. Okay, stamps good. And that can go in the middle. You can see it's just right here in this, on the middle. So my husband, you know, went to Montana to visit our youngest. His daughter Catherine lives there. And it was her birthday this week. And so he brought a kit. And it was one of the birthday kits. And the 2 oldest boys sat down and made cards for her. And they said they had a lot of fun doing that. So that was kind of fun. He sent pictures, but I'm not supposed to show them because they just got out of the shower. So they're like, okay, but don't show the pictures online. But they all made her cards for her birthday, so that was really sweet. All right, and then we're going to take the blue and add it on here so that you just see the white scallop around the outside. And it leaves a little bit of a white border. So I'll show you. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit of a white border. This is going to have to come up. Ah, oh, I pulled it too much. All right, let's try this again. I think it's just a little, like an 1/8 of an inch kind of thing. Yeah, so it just has this just little white border, like 1/8 of an inch. If you're looking, it's easier to figure it out if you look up one side and get it. Okay, now we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. I hope you guys get this kit because it's really cute. I'm going to do pretty much the same as I did before. So I want to make sure it's secure, and once we start adding stuff on it, I don't like it to get sunk in one place. All right, so there we go. We're going to do a lot this time. All right, so again, looking at it, it goes this way is the way they suggest it. Make sure your card opens the right way, because that would be a bummer. And we're just going to add that right here on the middle. Oops, let's line it up on the left. Right about there. Okay, and then we're going to do baby. Baby just goes right across, and it goes right to the edge of the blue on both sides. So we're going to do, I'm going to do seal. But like I said, the kit comes with white liner, so you can just use that. Right. I'm going to put this about right here. No, a little down further. Okay, that looks good. And then sweet baby, sweet little one, goes right across the front. I just love the daisies on this. All right. Now what I do, because I don't want to hold the edges and try to figure out what's the center, so what I'm going to do is I take my pokey tool or whatever you've got, and I just adhere it, and then I'm just going to go right, kind of look at the banners on the left and right and left side. Oops, wait a minute. We got to leave a little bit of white. I'm going to leave it just about like that. Okay, then I just straighten that out, and that's good. All right, I like that. And now we get to add our daisies. They're so cute, and the leaves. All right, so we have 3 daisies have dimensionals on it, it says. So I'm going to do 3 daisies. They're all the same. 3 daisies, and I'm going to put mini dimensionals on those. So 1, 2, 3 are dimensional, and the leaves are not dimensional either, so they're seal. Okay, so we're going to do our daisies first. I'm going to take this daisy and add adhesive right on the middle, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, now notice I just kind of laid it there. Now we're going to do our seal on our leaf, and the leaf goes right under these leaves, under this little daisy right here, and kind of have it sticking outward. And then we're going to take another daisy and add just seal. I'm mostly doing it in the middle, but if you get a little on the leaves, it's okay. All right, so I'm going to move those over And the part that the adhesive's on, I'll put towards the other one. I'm going to put this here. And yes, you want to kind of get it in between these two and have the leaves kind of go over onto the message. Okay. So like that. And then we're going to take one of these and put it right here. And that one's popped up. So that one's not, that one's not, that one is. All right, so there we go. And now we're going to do that again. But this time, we're going to take our leaf and we're going to add our adhesive. Okay, so there's our adhesive leaf. And we're going to take one of our daisies that has a dimensional. The dimensional is going to go right here. And I'm finding where there's like a decent opening on your leaf because you need your little E. I want it to go like right about there. So I'm just going to lightly hold it there, but be able to lift it up to put the leaf in right there. All right, so now we have our leaf sticking out. And then we're going to take two more and we're going to put these flat. So this one's going to go here. And again, you want your words to go, you can have your petals go over the, up to the words, but don't have them cover it up. And then we'll do this one. And we're going to do this little guy right here. And then we're going to take our dimensional one and put it right here. So I'm not sure, other than you can see the polka dots right here a little bit. I probably should have brought those down and maybe brought these over some, but they're still there. You can see them. It's not very well. So there's those. And then we're going to put our gems here where they want our little dewdrops or whatever they call these that they're using. And then this one up here. And then they had one. Now, maybe on some of these, I should have put two large ones, not two small ones, because I've been using a lot of the small ones. And I'm not going to have enough of the rest of the card, but that's just because I did it wrong. All right, so there's that one. But let me show you how I did the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. And I did the two large ovals from the Impressions of Bloom. Okay, so I made the larger one, the cloud cover, and then the white. But then I'm going to take the flower, and let's look at the card. It's white and yellow, but we're going to change it up to be little yellow flowers and then the green leaves. So let's bring in Daffodil Delight. And then what I did is I took this large one and then just kind of figured out where I needed a flower. Okay, and then I just kind of went from here. And I do like to put my, I'm going to put this paper that we were using underneath, because I like to go off the paper too. And just start stamping. I don't, of course, go off over here because it's the other card base, but you don't want to go on the back side. And you don't want them too close. We need to add our leaves still. Okay, so now let's see what that looks like. Okay, so if you feel like you need another one anywhere, which I think I'm going to put one right here, which is fairly close because you don't really see it. And it's like, I didn't stamp the whole thing very well, and it's okay. It's it's kind of, we're just filling up some space here. And then let's bring in our Mossy Meadow, because that's the green it is. And you have a little leaf too. So we want to make sure we get leaves on, let me put it on here so you can see. Oh no, I've got to do it on here so in case I go off, because I will go off. You want to go to the empty spaces. So right here, I'm going to go right here. Oh, it's hard to see right here. All right, so we're just going to kind of have this one. I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of a leaf like it's off the page. That one. I'm going to go up on that one. Okay, so this one, think about your paper's going to go here, so I want to see a little bit of that leaf. So you just want to kind of fill it in to the space where you might not. So put it back on here. I'm going to go this way because there's nothing right here. I'll probably go this way. And so just kind of keep changing where it's, you know, you need some space. There's going to be a lot of white over here, so I'm going to go that way. That way. So see, now we're just kind of filling it up. That way you can have, your ovals that you're going to add won't look so small. Otherwise, if you just added them on the middle of that, it looks really small. And you're going to be like, oh, that doesn't look right. But if you fill this in, then it's going to look good. Okay, that flower I'm not worried about because we're not going to see it. I don't think. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to add these on here. And you could add some to your white panel if you want, but you don't have to. I'm going to wipe off my green off my hand so I don't get it all over my project here. All right, and all right, there we go. Now we're going to add this on the inside, and now you have a panel on the inside. That matches the front. Gives it a little more substance than just that thin paper. And you have a cute little card there with all the little flowers. So there you go. It's really the same. The kit really didn't need a lot of changing. Now, one of the things I thought you could do is if you wanted to bring in some glimmer, maybe on this card, you could bring in some glimmer and do little circles and add them to the centers of your card. Okay, so this is a circle punch that I use. I don't even know what, it doesn't say what size. I put a circle on it because that's the one that I put at the end of my Stampin' blends to put what color they are. So you could add that on there if you want. You could add Winkestella to the center of the flowers. You could add different gems. These are just little water droplet gems. I think it would be fun to add like the iridescent faceted ones that we have. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but I really liked the cards like they were. Now, one of the things I normally do is I normally cut the cards in half and use the card bases. On this kit, you can see there's like a little tiny plaid kind of print on the front, but there is not on the back. It's just the color. That's it. Okay, so, and that's on all three of these. It's just plain on the back with a little bit of like a light print on the other ones. Let's see what else. You get 3 of each card. You get a little bit of things left over. You get some extra labels. You get this extra flower. So that's, that's about it for that. So you could make up, use these for something else. Again, I used Impressions of Bloom to do these circles on the inside of the card, which I did this one so far. And I believe I did this one. Yeah. So I did those 2, but you don't have to. But I thought it was a good idea because it gave it, a little more, like this is a little thicker now, a little substance, whereas this one is just, the thinner card base. So anyway, super cute. I thought it was really fun if you need a card on hand. This one, Happily Ever After, you could always add a little bow, on here and really dress it up, add some really pretty gems on it. And if you wanted it a little more splashy, add them to the centers of the flowers or whatever, and really, dress up the card to make it, a wedding card, because it's really pretty, or an anniversary card or whatever. And there you go. I think they're super cute. I like the style. I like everything about them. And I kind of wish we had dies. These dies here would be really cool to have. So that would be nice if we had those, because these are great cards. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Wish we could see what's in the kit before we get it. Oh, well, this is not a paper pumpkin. This is actually a kit. And let me see. I think I showed, let me look. I thought I had a kit screen on here. Oh, I might have had to take it off with all the other specials going on. But we do get a little sneak peek of what's in it, because they're kits. So when you go on Stampin' Up, you could just type in kit and then click on them, and it shows you what's in there. It's the paper pumpkins are the ones that we don't know, but the kits, you should know what's in them. So just look at all the pictures and it should show you, Nancy. So thanks. I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, the baby card's my favorite one too. I love daisies. Love, love, love. So cute. So super fun. Love that it has the dimension. And it's just a really cute and different card. And it still stands up and everything, even though it's oval. So it's really super cute. So I'm going to have to send this one off. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a fantastic week. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.